start for Manchester United.
The media haven't covered this.
Hello guys, welcome to Bar Chat, episode 5, series 4. This is a bit unique, isn't it? This is back to the old days. We're back in. We're all together in the same
distance,
in the same room. Here we are in Easy Breeze. It is what is it? Is it Wednesday night? It's the day after the England game. Oh, it's been an interesting. It's been an interesting week without Premier League football. Rooney, I've not had to put up with you so much in the pub.
A bit boring.
It's been a bit easier. I'll get down a bit. It's been boring.
Yeah, last night was better, but Andorra will come on to that. Awful. Absolutely shocked.
Well, look, we can't go ahead. Thank you to the Easy Breeze for letting us set up here, and of course, our long-standing sponsors, Madry. Make sure that you follow us for our solid banter and shamelessly biased opinion. You can find us on YouTube, TikTok, and you were the biggest viewed video on TikTok this week, mate. I mean YouTube Shorts.
Right, okay. Well, the largest person, we were just saying the camera adds £10, but it looks like it's added 30 tonight. What's going on? The angle.
No, it was your insight on. What was it? The video that was flying
from Barrow.
No, the women from Barrow didn't feature actually. But
the bare bum from Barrow.
Yeah, the bare bum from Barrow. If you don't know what we're talking, watch last week's episode. Well, the big news earlier on in the week, guys, was Nuno fired from Forest. Jonesy. I mean, firstly, before we get into the replacement, which you can't write this stuff. Right decision too soon. I mean, he was very vocal, wasn't he? I don't know what he's fallen out, obviously, with the owner. But
they've had a bust up towards the end of the season. Was it the end of the season or was it the start of the season?
It was the start of this season. He said we're not ready, didn't he?
Yeah, I think. I mean, I like having Big Ange back in the Premiership, just for shits and giggles, if nothing else. To be honest with you, he's the new Warnock. So I'll take that. But what I would say is, I don't think obviously he didn't deserve to go. He's brought him from relegation to European football. It's a crazy decision, but also if it was, looking at my own club, they've sort of, they've got the guts to go out and say, like, I've got this person, I think he's the right fit, and they've gone for it, and they're quite sort of ruthless in that way. And I understand it from sort of someone who's a very aspirational owner to do what they've done as well. So
I think what's quite interesting, Rooney, I don't know what your take on this one is, they've picked a manager that was all about structure and very being solid at the back, and chosen a manager that is, it can be a bit of a circus, can't it?
Well, it was, wasn't it? Absolutely, it was a circus at times under Postecoglou, but he did win him a European trophy, which is something Arsenal haven't won in a good few years. So,
do you know what? I just so knew you were going to go there.
Well, I always do, don't I?
How many minutes are we on the clock there?
Not long. But I think the other thing is, to Jones's point, I think he's good value in the Premier League. I think it'd be good to see him back. Don't forget, his winning period of a month, or those games was back in the last season, and the trophy itself. He did change his identity. Spurs were unrecognisable. They played solid. They played close football. Absolutely no Ange ball. So for me, it'd be fascinating to see how he starts off at Forest.
A lot of people saying, has he learned some? Because I mean, if there was any criticism of him at Tottenham, it was all about that he had no plan B. And has he? Do you feel like he's learned something from that experience?
I think, if nothing else, he'll learn some media experience the first time around. How when he went all in, identity is a great thing. You can argue the same thing against United, that you can't see an identity game after game after game. So it does count for a lot. But I think given Forest's MO over the last 2 seasons, it's going to be very interesting to see what he does.
Yeah,
because they've played solid and really rapid and effective counter-attack.
My 2 sort of question marks over it would be, first of all, what does progress look like for him, considering what Nuno's done?
Yeah,
because that was pretty progressive.
Yeah, what's his MO?
What's the next thing? Is it top 4?
What does success look like?
Yeah, what does success look like? And also, on top of that, I don't know what they were like in the market over the summer, but you've got some players there that have come in under Nuno, and they're now going to have big Ange to work with.
Yeah.
And they're two quite different
Very
managers. So how do those new players coming in work under this new regime and the new way of playing, which is a new way of playing? You've got players that have been bought. Maybe they wanted more. Maybe they wanted, I don't know, maybe they wanted more players to come in under Nuno's style. They didn't get that, and that's part of the reason why he's gone. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, the obvious challenges is, I mean, Nuno said one of his gripes was they had targets, none of them were signed. He was therefore citing, a bit like Palace when we were talking about them, if they'd have lost Guehi, he said we've got no depth in the squad. We're not prepared. He was concerned about their defensive stability, and I think if you are, you know, Ange, I would be sitting there and going. I mean, there was a point. Was it last season where the owners come out on the pitch and started gobbing off on the pitch, and he's having a very public to do with his manager. I mean, do you sit there and go, Ange has had to have Levy? We'll get onto that in a second. This guy is, is a puppy in comparison.
Well, again, obviously, not the elephant in the room. The kebab in the room is that they're both Greek. In a bit. They're both Greek. You know, so there's some sort of bedfellow sort of thing going on there as well. I believe.
Is he?
You can't ignore it. It's got to be a factor.
Is he believing this? I always win in the second season. You know, they're in Europe, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They beat Manchester United.
You know, and I'm not saying this
for the game of football known to man.
Well, I'm not saying this as a bitter Arsenal fan, but we had this conversation I think early on that the Europa League is a lot easier to win as of last season.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they didn't play anyone of any note.
If you take it very seriously, it's wrong.
They should win it.
Yeah.
I mean, who else is in there? That I mean, we need to have a little look. But
maybe that's
Forest should win it. You're saying?
Yeah.
Forest will. I don't know what the betting is. I don't know if you can pull it up. The betting for the Europa, but I bet they're one of the favourites because they won't be. It's not like it was where it always used to do you in was the teams would drop in from the Champions League if they didn't make it through the group stages, and then you're buggered, right? So now the teams that are in there, I don't know whether you are. This is Rooney having trouble with his Paddy Power app.
The old BBN.
I don't know if you can get up the betting for the Europa.
What I would say is I think they've lost, not going back to the recruitment and the shift in management. Alanga's gone.
Yeah.
They've kept
Gibbs White.
Gibbs White just about. But he's there.
Yeah.
But is he there and is he happy? You know.
There was an article the other week that suggested he was, and it was all to do with personal circumstances at the time, and it suited him, and he wanted to stay. But I think the best thing for me is it's Ange. He's ex-Spurs. It was his first game. Bring it on, Arsenal on Saturday. So
there's that. There's the risk of the what do they call it? The bounce.
New manager bounce.
The new manager bounce. Yeah.
I don't think you start getting that new manager bounce till Christmas time usually.
Well, there is
usually a winter thing.
You don't normally get a new manager bounce.
I've missed out on that.
Go on. Who's the favourite? You got it up there? It's giving you the games, isn't it? We'll find it. It might just be a Google. We'll bring that to you in a second. But listen, he's won the Europa League. We can't take that away from him. Treble winner with Celtic. It's not bad stock. I think I probably would have. I thought Mourinho would go. But I don't think he wants that style of football.
No.
If you had your money, just as an aside, while he's looking up the thing, Mourinho's next club, if I made you have a bet.
Well, I did have a look at a bet. I was looking at, strangely in one sense, but given the way the results have gone, the league started, I was looking at Rangers 5-1.
Glasgow Rangers.
Yeah. Just because ego-wise, it plays in that big too. But as we discussed before, a very good friend of mine's close to Hearts, and they're trying to break the top two now to make it a top three with the investment from Brighton. So
Yeah.
Well, on that, it's good reading really, because you've got on here. We was talking about obviously Forest to be sort of going odds on to win Europa. They're actually 5th to 6th down here, but Aston Villa are top.
That makes sense.
yeah,
Then you've got Roma, Bologna, Betis, Porto, then Forest. So
But if you just look at that, that is the point, isn't it?
yeah, it's
winnable.
For them to win that would be
eminently winnable.
Yeah.
For Forest to win that would be, as we were saying, that's got to be the MO, hasn't
But
it?
can you imagine his accolade is back-to-back Europa
Yeah,
winner.
the king of
clubs,
the toffee cup.
Well, listen, let's move off, Ange. But listen, I like you. I always annoyed me that he was Tottenham fan because Tottenham manager, sorry, because I actually really like him, and I think his football is a bit maverick. But as a bloke, he seems like quite, I think he'd have some shrimps on the barbie for you. We should get him in here.
You know what? Tell you what.
That's what we do.
Imagine big
That's what we do.
Boxing Day around Big Angie's house. I think could be a
Be a
screamer.
proper crap, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah.
You couldn't argue with that. You couldn't argue. Chefs dying to come in. So we got two chefs here, the Easy Breeze, that are both. One's an Everton fan, one's a Liverpool fan. Both of them spending space in a 4 meter square. So I don't know how they actually manage it.
4 meters.
But we are going to get
with knives.
Yeah, with knives. Yeah. So we are going to get them on ready for the. I think it's the 20th, is it?
Yes,
The derby that's coming up. So we'll both get them in here. So listen, we can't go any further without having a little recap on England. Thank you. Well, she so ran off. Didn't want to be on there at all. We can't do this without a recap on the Andorra Serbia games. I mean, Rooney. The first game was. Did you? What?
We were in the pub, if you remember.
Well, I do.
And
Yeah,
it was hard
vaguely.
to remember because it was just turgid. It really was on the screen. It was in the background. Nobody was watching. And the sound was down low. I mean, you're talking about the wealth of the players, the value of the players, rather, in the England team versus probably the shittest, cheapest ski resort you can go to.
Right.
And it was 2-0.
Well, no.
You know, that sums it up really. And for me, it didn't bode well for the Serbia away game, having watched that. But
Yeah, I mean, but listen, staying positive, Jonesy.
Yo, yeah, I'm all.
We finished, last night 5-0. Kane, Madueke, Costa, Guehi, Rashford, all on the score sheet. No idea why Rashford's anywhere near the squad, but in fact, someone's just told me that Barca are looking to. Is that?
I've seen that. I don't know how much truth there is in it. I think
to send him back
just
to
don't want him.
he's nowhere near as fit and he's not as committed as.
That.
I did something, but I didn't know what the grounds were for it.
Listen, I mean, yes, we beat Serbia 5-0 in the backyard, but one thing I can't stand, and I was watching it here in the Easy Breeze last night. I was working, but it was I cannot stand when all the commentators, Lee Dixon in particular, where they start
start on Dicker.
Really start getting into how, Harry Kane, what a fantastic goal. It was a terrible header that deflected in. I mean, they're scraping the bottom of the barrel.
But the
Madueke goal was good.
I've got to stop you, Jonesy. I'm not his biggest fan for obvious reasons and beyond. But he has apparently scored 6 goals in 7 games. So I don't think I like us having someone on the last man. That more of the Ollie Watkins kind of style of player, but I don't think he's the right. I don't think he's probably good enough. But he does come too deep, and I felt like in the first half we were bombing down the wings, we were creating opportunities, and there was some stat that they came in where we'd done 11 crosses or 11 corner. I can't remember what it was, and not a shot on goal. It did change, didn't it? For the last 60 minutes.
Be positive, and I am positive, and I don't mind Tuchel being in there, if I'm being honest. But what in his interview after the game last night was the more important thing for me, because he acknowledged that you weren't fantastic against Andorra, and actually you'd expect them scorelines to be reversed, if anything, really. But he got something out of them after the second game. He said, "Look, that wasn't good enough," and they listened to him and they reacted.
Yeah,
and that is what I'm taking from it. If nothing else, like that's it. Like, okay, we was crap against Andorra. We should have paced him 10-0, whatever. But the fact that they've come back and listened to him, and they've played the way he's not long. He's had half a pre-season with him. If you look at it on paper, like what 3 weeks, and he's actually got them believing in a system, and that's important.
I agree. So to you, Rooney, you've seen the rather sort of uninspiring display that was Andorra. We're now looking at going into. We've had the Serbia game. Give me some positive. I mean, am I biased? So I say Madueke looked positive.
I thought he looked really good. That was worrying because he looked that good. He didn't. He looked like if he was playing for Arsenal on the right like that, you don't lose anything when Saka's out. He looked that good. He really did.
Well, I have a theory on that.
Yeah, well, it was a surprise.
I think you're right on the money with that. I thought you was on the money with that when it was the Liverpool Arsenal game.
Yeah, it was a surprise. And again, a positive to Jonesy's sort of glass half full. I'm always glass half empty, and I would have said after Andorra it was atrocious, and I wouldn't even have bothered watching the game other than we were in the pub watching it. Surprisingly,
so what are we talking about?
They played a lot better. And I like the balance. I thought the balance of the team was really, really good. Shared the goals. I mean, Guehi came in. One centre back gets one. Konsa gets one. 2 centre backs.
So do you think it's starting to click?
It maybe is. And maybe he's taking his time to get his message.
The only thing I'd say to you is when I read the team sheet, was I with you?
You're talking to me.
We read the team sheet. And, if you're
teams aren't going to be.
Yeah, if you're the opposing team, are you looking at that and going, and I'm not. I'm looking at that and going, but maybe we're a unit and we're not. Well, we're not Galactico.
We had the chat on the other pod, didn't we? A lot of the other national teams that have had success play half a team, so half a Bayern, half a Real, and they have that advantage. So if he finds a gel that is maybe not the all of the luxury, glamorous players, and it works, and it works. I mean, that's
going back to the golden era where you had a lot of different great players, and they all kind of played in England, from like Gerrard to Lampard to Terry to whoever, and we'll get onto some of that in a bit. But what I would say is they all were pitted against each other week in, week out, and that's your point. Is these people playing a system throughout the year at Barca or Madrid or Bayern and all these other places, even like Portugal,
and they take it in for free as a normal operating model.
It helps that, and I think that's been part of the problem going off on a tangent here. But with Brazil, like they are great players, but then they get sold around the world and so on. They play for all these great clubs. And I think recently that's affected Brazil.
So do you think that any of the players? I mean, I'll park anyone that was in the last squad. Anyone that's made a real shout. I mean, Anderson. I'd never really.
I told you.
He was outstanding.
Told you. Did not say last week.
Outstanding. And I'm a massive Wharton fan for Liverpool next summer, ideally. But wow, that kid Anderson. He was literally outstanding.
So do you think, I mean, was it you that said me, or could you all blurst into one? Wharton would, in fact, I heard Tuchel was asked at the game, and he said, has he got himself a thing on the play, and he's an obvious, and he kind of backed off that, and I don't understand, I don't blame that. Do you think that, do you believe that Wharton would be his first choice, and Anderson is a backup, Rooney, or do you think the kid's got a good chance of? So we're a long way away.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about Andorra and Serbia.
Indeed.
At the end of the day, or he did everything that was asked of him and did it incredibly well. At a young age, without that senior cap experience, so bodes well, I think, for him.
Yeah, I agree.
These are all positives.
Bodes well for Ange as well,
because
he's his player, isn't he?
He is.
But what I would say is, and I think we touched upon this the other day when we were talking, is some of these players are going to be forced out by names, and I don't know if that is the right or wrong thing here. With you're saying if you're coming up to, let's say, a last 16 game in the World Cup, and you're Spain or Portugal or France, whoever, who's Adam Watt and who's Anderson. I'm not scared of these people. But you look at Bellingham, or you look at Rice, or you look at Saka, whoever.
Well, we've seen it already, haven't we, with Bellingham? There is an ego there.
Yeah,
a big ego for that England team.
He's not. I think he's a great. I think he's a good player.
Yeah.
I don't know that he's, he's not pivotal. He's not one of those players. When Gascoigne wasn't in the team, we didn't look as good. We're going to get into this in a bit, but I don't see him as that player. And I do understand your point. Like, names are winning. So I actually think that Saka will play more games than Madueke. I do hope that Arteta is not now going to play Madueke on the left, because I think what we've learned, if anything, is he's a really dangerous player on the right, cutting inside.
And a brilliant finish last night.
Yeah, but I think I don't know.
It's balance, isn't it? All this is balance as well.
It is. Has this, just to end on this one, is this performance quieted Tuchel's critics, Jonesy, or do you think he's still? I mean, is it just it's only Serbia and Andorra, and until we play our next? I think we've got a game against Latvia. Then we don't have a game after. We have a friendly against Wales at Wembley, and then we're straight into the World Cup. That disappoints me a little bit. I'd like to have seen us play Rooney, just on that. Then you'd like to see us play someone who's a bit more.
I would say, I know what you're saying. You want a test, right? But I think with that, if you push it and push and push, he's got to get them in training and get them to gel together. Just to go back to your point before that about names, the most successful, not successful, but the last time we had a real boost in the Indian squad was when we was going into 2018 after 2016 at that Russian World Cup, thinking we've got a new manager, we don't know many of the team selection. And we was wowed. We was like, oh my God, we can do this. A lot. It was a young team.
Gareth Waltgate.
And now we're at a place where you could potentially have some of them players being the older statesmen. I mean, Henderson was on the pitch last night.
I don't understand him. I don't understand Rashford.
No.
There's some weird decisions. Does he feel like he doesn't have any leaders?
I think he knows there's other people that are going to be coming in, and therefore he's just putting them in because they're there. I don't think you can look past, like the spine of the team. Maguire would be in there, I think.
No, would you?
Next to Guehi, I would, yeah.
But I thought. I mean, it goes back to last year.
That's a name thing.
When we got knocked out by Spain and we were picking the team before it, Konsa and Guehi started as also rans in the squad, and they're now our preferred centre backs. They're both quality players, and I think it's shifted. The fact they're getting goals as well as an added bonus. But
maybe what we do, we bring Maguire on 5 minutes to go.
I would not take Maguire
in the box.
You take him?
Yeah, he's got a cow. He's got a head the size of a cow, so it's brilliant for headers at corners.
It's like a wheelie,
as long as it's going in the right direction,
which is not always the case. Well, listen, we got to hope, but we've had a lot of conversation here about. Look, I'm really looking forward. One of the great news, I don't know if anyone knows this, by the way, is that the timings for the World Cup next year look quite good for England. I think all of our games are on the East Coast initially, obviously.
Yeah.
So, we'll be able to show them here, Jonesy, but also that it's not we're going to be having to get up at 3 a.m. to watch an England game. I think that's exciting. We all want to be there. I think it'll be a spectacle.
Unless Madri are sending us there.
Well, this is what we're working on, Madri.
We do love. Just to highlight again,
Madri.
We do love Madri.
We
really
clean,
do.
crisp, refreshing beer.
Best beer. But we
wow.
Are you watching? I like what he did there.
I did see. Sorry, just to touch on that. I did see on Laugh Bible today. There was a thing saying, if you get your partner pregnant, then you can get 2 weeks paternity off just in time for the World Cup starting.
I suggest
So
you don't get.
I might finish early tonight.
I suggest you don't get her pregnant.
Well, talking about finishing early, I want one of these jobs.
Story of your life, mate.
You're at work, you're drinking beer, and you're not doing work. I love it.
Yeah.
Have you got any more positions vacant?
You're in, mate.
Right,
Don't worry.
okay, brilliant.
You're in. Just don't finish early. Sick of the complaints.
Oh yeah, you don't get you don't get the time off either.
All right.
Yeah. So it leads me to we have a little fun segment. Segment number 3 here. We have a little fun segment. I asked you guys in all of this debate, and I've heard Kane come out and Tuchel come out this week. Is everyone? When it comes to England, everyone's got an opinion, haven't they?
I've seen a few Mount Rushmores and things like that.
The scrutiny that you get as an England manager is pretty hefty.
Yeah.
So I was asking you guys, and we'll put them on screen now. Pardon? Because it's edited, mate. But don't worry, I'll edit this bit out. And we'll put them on screen now, and we can look at. This is called bloopers.
Okay.
We'll put them on screen.
Can't see them.
No, they're not working at all.
It's the mattering one. It's working.
We'll put them on screen. And we'll put them on screen now, and we can have a look at the teams. So I'll start with you, Rooney. Let's have a look. I've chosen a 4-3-3. I want you to give me, and we can have a little discussion, and we'll all share, and then we'll decide what we can all agree with. Give me your best ever England 11 in a 4-3-3.
Yeah, and the context wasn't provided wider or deeper than that. So it was, I think, who do you think individually?
Bit of criticism
I haven't gone
going
through. No. What I mean is, I haven't statistically raked the archive books for who ought to be top in that position, etc., etc. But so I'll kick off. I had a look at keepers, and the keepers that sprang to mind originally were Shilton, Banks, and Seaman.
I agree.
And I've settled on Banks purely because of that iconic save and the luster of a World Cup win, which we may or may not see again.
Should we see if we can agree? Should we talk through each position, or should we rattle them off?
I can rattle them off.
I
think we go
position.
Yeah,
I agree. Otherwise, we could be all day.
I think you're also only saying that because we've all said Banks.
Have you said Banks?
I've said Banks.
I've actually said Seaman, but I'll give you that, guys.
He's on my subs. I don't know if you've got subs, but I've gone for he's on my subs.
I'll bow to that one, and we won't have an argument. Thanks, love it. Go on.
Fine. So then right back, I had a look at right back, and I thought, well, it's a lot of choice. And it
started with Genev, by the way.
Yeah, me too. And then I wound it back, and it does change by the generation.
He'll definitely have Genev.
But I've gone, and it's in one sense it's ironic. Jimmy Armfield, and the reason Jimmy Armfield because he played every game up to the run-in in '66, got injured. Was voted best right back in Europe for 2 years running, and George Cohen took over for him for the World Cup. So I've actually split them. George Cohen and Jimmy Armfield shared right back.
We're splitting people.
Yeah. Well, I am. I'm making it up as I go along.
Go on. Where have you gone?
Genev, the devil.
Yeah, it's on my list.
Anything else? What was your sub on that?
Again, I've got Walker as the sub.
Yeah,
because of the pace.
So can we all agree on anything there?
No.
Would you go Walker? Which one on Walker? Walker. I mean, lose the battle, win the war. You might have to lose the left wing, left back battle.
Yeah, no, I'll go.
I do agree, though. It's compared to left back, which we'll get onto in a minute.
Yeah.
We've got,
right back.
We've got a lot more.
I think left back is just nailed on.
Yeah, because of the lack of.
Yeah. So can we win? Can we all agree on Walker? On that?
I'm happy to go. Well, he's on my list.
Okay, Banks and Walker then. Let's do the centre halves together because I think it's
we're doing a pairing now. Right?
We're doing a pairing. Go on, mate. Where have you gone?
I've gone Tony Adams and Terry Butcher.
I've got Adams as well. I didn't think. I'll just give you my innings.
Yeah.
I don't know how you can leave Bobby Moore out of this team.
Well, Bobby Moore. Yeah, it's a good point. And I had the same argument with Banks, but then I thought, can I go through it all?
I mean,
66 cup winners.
if only the fact that he's the only England captain to have ever lifted the World Cup.
That's why I've gone Moore and I've gone Adams.
Very classy. I mean, I'd have put Alan Hansen in, but he's Scottish, so
So we're happy with Moore?
Yeah.
So we're Banks,
Moore and Adams.
Banks, Walker, Adams, Moore.
Yeah. Although I'd maybe Adams, Butcher.
It's going to get tasty in a minute. So let's just
all right. We'll leave it at that.
Left back. I think we're all on the same one, aren't we?
Ashley Cole.
Ashley Cole.
Through lack of anybody else. I'm not a big Ashley Cole fan. Have you gone for Pearcey?
I put two. Yeah, Stuart Pearce and Ashley Cole.
For
me, it was iconic memories of '96 and that penalty position.
Pictures in the toilet.
Yeah, where he had.
You know what, Rooney? You know what?
That year of the previous tournament.
You know what? I'm going to change mine. I'm not a big Ashley Cole fan, to be honest with you. Unless I don't know.
I'll go with you.
Mobile phones up his
but he was also a man mountain, and any player up against him didn't want to play against him.
Can't leave him out.
And I think also it's that London Three Lions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're looking at Bobby Moore and Tony Adams,
do you know what?
Even Gary Neville, like
he deserves that spot.
That's a ferocious.
Yeah, exactly.
You just love it.
He deserves
that is part of being in a defense, isn't it?
Yeah.
That spot, just for when he missed the pen and his reaction when he scored it at Wembley, and we all. Do you remember when he was walking out? And we're all like, "Oh my god!"
I don't think there's
hairs on the back of your neck.
I've actually got it now. You know,
out of them four people, I don't think there's one person you could name there after ditching Ashley Cole and going with Pearcey, where they love the badge.
Yeah, absolutely.
They love the badge. They play for the badge.
It means everything,
and that's enough.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move into midfield. We've got a midfield three. Should we tackle them as a three, or Rooney? Go on, you can lead this.
I'll go with this.
I'll take the lead.
I'll
shoot first.
Go for it.
So
that's what the missus said. Oh.
She had again crying at the time.
2 weeks off. World Cup. I'll go into the three of them at once. We've got Bex on the right, Gaza midfield general, and Gerrard. That's who I've gone for.
Say that again. Bex, Gaza,
Stevie G.
Okay, so it's funny you should say that because I've got Gaza, I've got Stevie G, and I've put Declan Rice in, but only because the DB23 features further up the field.
Oh, right, okay.
Because it's a 4-3-3.
Yeah,
I don't know. Where did you go?
I've got mine slightly complicated because I've also forced somebody in a position that maybe they shouldn't be, which I can briefly.
Oh, you've done that just to accommodate a Liverpool player.
No, Man United player. That's
okay.
It. Yeah. So I've gone Gasser. I think no brainer.
No brainer.
So he's definitely in there, right?
Yeah, I toyed with Gerrard and Lampard, and the reason Lampard because of his goal scoring record for England, which was supreme. But I've also got Brian Robson in there. And,
he's on my subs.
Yeah, and I've got Bobby Charlton if you play him in midfield as opposed to up front.
Did he play in the 8 or the 10 as it would be now?
He could play wide left, he could play centre forward, or he could play 10. He could play any of them. So I was just being greedy trying to shove in. But if we're trying to settle on a 3, agree, Gaza, no brainer.
Stevie G, you're not going to argue.
No, I love Gerrard. I mean, you get caught up in the analysis of how did it work for them in England, but I agree as a player, we're really talking about creating the ultimate team. So yeah, I'm happy to go with Stevie G.
Off camera before we talked about people playing well together as well, or people like you said about your Barca's and your Madrid and so on. But imagine Gaza and Gerrard together.
Yeah,
would be fantastic.
Yeah.
I've gone for G, Nev, and Bex because of that sort of understanding they had for United.
I've still got that.
Well, the other one I had alongside.
Oh, I've done it, mate.
The other one I had alongside Brian Robson was Butch Wilkins, who was a brilliant six.
I love Ray. Do you know what I love? Do you ever used to watch Kid Talksport and he used to go, "How are you, Ray?" And he'd go, "Dangerously well." that was always his line, dangerously well. Brilliant. What a legend he was. I'd put him in there for being there, but I think Gerrard, Gascoigne, So who's the other one that we can agree on?
What be yours?
Right,
So I've got Rice. Rice is holding in my. Do you know what? I couldn't think of a really.
Yeah.
But the Batties and the Inces didn't cut it for me.
Yeah.
So if you look at balance, you got Gerrard in the 8, Gascoigne in the 10, and then you're going to need a holding midfield player.
What threw me off a little bit is the 4-3-3 thing.
Yeah,
But I thought that made it more modern.
It did. But a lot of we're looking back. So
that's why it puts it in the mix, Jones.
Yeah, a bit of a juxtaposition.
Yeah,
I like it. What I've gone for is Waddle as my second behind Bex.
See, we're actually on the same page, but I've got him
because he can drift in. You've got that sort of.
And he looked like a lazy twat, didn't he?
You don't have to do much sometimes. If you've got a wander of a right foot, you don't have to look to inject.
Yeah, but in that midfield, you haven't with Gerrard and Gaza, you haven't got a holder. So give me some holding.
Well, I said Brian Robson, Ray Wilkins,
Robbo.
I did have Robbo down as well, but he's in the Gaza position, so I'd be happy.
No, but Robbo was
depending what
old seven money.
Box to box. Yeah, he could do it all.
Depending what's coming up, I'd be happy to drop Bex,
Robson or Rice.
Yeah. And
any argument for Rice?
I still don't think Rice. I don't think Rice would
be slightly. You're mildly offended. Low level.
Yeah.
Low level.
That's so really stupid.
Go on.
I used to have him on my bed sheets, but that sounds really weird. But I'm not the wall.
If that's the policy, we'll have Katie Price in midfield then.
Madrid.
Because they're taking us to America. Did they forget that?
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Hang on, full pipe.
Yeah, full
Let's
pipe.
go full pipe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really good stuff.
Flies down this stuff.
Best stuff I've ever had.
Yeah.
Okay.
Business class as well, please.
Exactly. Yeah. No one's turning right here. Okay. So we need that holding midfield. I'll go Robbo. I'll agree with you.
Yeah.
Happy with that?
Yeah. Gaza's not holding, is he? He's
no. Robbo, Gerrard, Gaza.
Yeah.
Okay. Can Gerrard hold?
No. Robbo's holding.
Gerrard was normally.
I had again Scholes. He was. He never played well for England, did he?
If you wanted perfect balance,
love that.
Then if you wanted perfect balance, then I would go Wilkins, who could hold. He was dead solid. Ray Wilkins would sit behind a creative Gaza and a creative and a box to box.
I'm not going to argue with you, but you might struggle with that one.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I've never really seen much of Wilkins play or seen him. I don't know.
He was
a Rolls Royce of a midfielder.
Yeah.
Right, so
but mate, there are going to I'll go
Wilkins. Right.
But I'll say to you, there are already 4 or 5 players here that
missing out.
Oh my god!
So
I'm just going to write a couple
Neville,
over here.
We got Neville.
So the team so far is Banks, Walker, wasn't it?
Walker was it? Walker.
Banks, Walker, Adams, Moore, Pearce. Then in the midfield we've got Gerrard, Wilkins, Gascoigne, and then we've got our front 3.
Yeah,
go on, Rooney.
Oh, endless options here, aren't there? So I've been slightly biased, right?
Robbie Fowler.
He's got. Have you got Kincaid right then?
Yeah. I've got Keegan.
No
way. Yeah.
Did he play on the right?
He played number 10 normally.
So you're playing everyone out of a position
but we're not building a formation, are we?
Well, we're on a 4-3-3.
Yeah, but everybody played 4-4-2 back in the day. Everybody.
Yeah, but that's what's mixing it up.
Did he turn up for England? Did he turn up for England? We were in the doldrums, weren't we? Really? Yeah. At that time.
On my bed, the other ones, I've got number 9. I mean, you can go the obvious one, and I've tried not to live in the past, so I haven't gone Jeff first. I looked at Lineker, but he's too woke for me, so I've dismissed him. Not in football accountability.
Just because he annoys you.
More on his political viewpoints. So I'd put Rooney in at number 9.
So who's you got Keegan, Rooney,
and Barnes on the left.
Johnny Barnes. Yeah. I mean, other than the 80s goal.
Yeah, but that was iconic. The New Order song, that moment in time, 1990.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
Because
I know the words. Do you?
It's my shower song.
Is it your shower song?
Yeah, that's
I like your style. I've got, and I just don't know how Beckham's playing on the right for me. I wrote Shearer, but I think your Rooney shout is good, and I got Chrissy Waddle on the left. But you've got him playing deeper.
I've got Rooney, Shearer, Lineker, all out attack.
What? That's your front three?
Yeah.
You've just got everyone out of position. Okay, can we agree Rooney in the middle?
Yeah.
Rooney in the middle.
Yeah, agreed.
Right. Now, on the basis, Jonesy, that you've not got Beckham in the team, surely
I had him in my team.
No, but this is our joint 11 now.
So, yeah, it's got to change.
He's got to go. He's got to go here. Are you happy with Beckham on the right?
I'm happy with that. Yeah.
Okay. So Beck's on the right, and then left wing is a debate.
Yeah, I think it is a debate. Like I said, I went.
No modern player. I mean, there's the
that position.
Trevor, Stephen, Tony, Stevens or Stephen played there. I can't remember now. They weren't. That wasn't much to talk about. Anderton, Jesus.
No, what about Potty? He was on the other side, wasn't he?
He didn't play left wing, did he?
Yeah.
I can't think beyond Waddle and Barnes actually.
Yeah, I mean Waddle.
Did you like him?
That ball's still going, isn't it? From that penalty.
It's not landed, you
it's
mean?
Probably near Brazil.
It's on the moon with what's his face? Huh?
Okay. The London bus.
Rooney's going. Jonesy's got to go and check the bar, so we'll have that debate.
Well, there's some justice in the world. He's getting paid, and he has had to go and do.
And he has had a couple of beers. Yeah, well, happy. I don't know. There's no one else though. The left is a funny one, isn't it? I mean, going back to '66, who played on the left?
It was. It's a very good question.
I'd have to ring the old man.
Yeah, we need an old person. Older person.
Older. You got to be careful these days. Okay, if I say Waddle, have you got a problem with it?
No.
You'd rather Barnsley?
I just think.
I never think he played well for England.
I get that, but was the video itself not worth it?
What you mean, just because he?
Yeah. Well, he didn't put a ball over the crossbar of such importance that's still going out, and that is my endearing memory of.
Yeah, but you've got Stewie Pearce in the team.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, but he redeemed himself, didn't he? Waddle never got the opportunity. So in terms of memory banks, it's polluted.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll accept Barnsley, unless there's a massive
outcry
when Jones covered. But I mean, this is a good time actually to just invite anyone watching, any viewers to post their 11 in the comments, because the more comments we get, and now on the algorithms, the better. So put your 11 in the comments. I'd love to see that. I'd also like to know what you think of our chosen team. We'll run through it in a second. Jonesy, you were checking the bar.
Oh, good.
We had to. I accepted his Barnes addition.
Yes.
So are you okay with that?
I can't think of. I mean, if you're looking at
it's not owned, is it?
It's not owned, but I think you're not going to be putting Foden
and if you're old enough, who didn't dance to World in Motion?
Yeah.
Again, it's my shower song. I love the guy.
What is the rap? Do you know the words?
Put me on the spot now.
Something.
Have you got any shampoo?
Come back to me. At the right time, or something like that.
Got a hold and give it at the right time.
That's it again.
You can move fast. You must get to the line. They'll always hit you and hurt you.
I'm going to edit
defend and attack. There's only one way to beat them. Get round the back. We're singing for England. Isn't that?
I'm there.
There you go.
That was it.
Yeah, he's in the team. So here's the team, guys. Banksy, Walker, Adams, Moore, Stewie Pearce. In the midfield, we've got Gerrard, we've got Butch, Holding, and Gazza's got a free rein to do what he wants to do in this new formation of 3-4-3. Bex is on the right. We've got Rooney down the middle, and we've got Johnny Barnes on the left.
And the only thing I will say, retrospective, when we've done that, is Bobby Charlton hasn't made that team.
Well, I've got a couple of annoyances as well.
Yeah.
Golsey.
Now Shearer's out. I think.
Let me just list my three. I'll give it. Let's all have three that are annoying them.
Yeah.
My three: Scholesy, Glenn Hoddle, and my other one in there is I can't read.
Graham
Oh
Lassell,
no,
does that say?
no,
Graham Lassell?
I'll tell you who's in there. Oh, I think, and I never understood it. Latisse,
Yeah.
and then I've got Ian Wright. That makes 4. Who are your standout annoyances?
I would have Scholes on the list, very, very close to it, for sure. I would have Bobby Charlton, like I say, because it just seems right. And to be honest, we didn't even discuss it. Like for Jack Charlton, 66 cup winner.
Yeah.
You know,
got Jackie Boy in there.
and you talk about your Walker at right back. Des Walker was an outstanding centre back. So the more you get into it, the more you see.
Yeah, I mean, going into that golden era type thing again, but Sol Campbell and that pair of Sol Campbell and Adams was, at that time was really good, but they didn't do the best, did they? So it's hard to put them in. That's
you're right. You're right. Yeah, I think we settle on that. There's a few that didn't make.
Lampard, I mean,
I know what about goal record.
What he did for England.
Yeah.
Was,
but we also know.
You can't have him with Gerrard, can you?
No, but we also know retrospectively his goal record was better than Gerrard. But there was all that Chelsea didn't speak to United, didn't speak to Liverpool, and all that was in the background. So the players couldn't give the best.
So here's a question for it's probably a yes or no, and we'll move on to the weekend. But a question for you: would you pick that team that we've just picked out of the best 11 that Tuchel could pick tomorrow?
Yeah, probably.
Could they win?
What, at the ages they are now?
If you
in their prime, that's a hell of a team.
That 11 in their prime versus the prime modern era.
I mean, Banksy's not got any gloves on, which is not going to help, is it?
I think he'd do all right. Better than Buddy. Oh no, actually, I don't know. Pickford, would he go in there? I mean, I'm saying if he would have won something, then it'd be a different conversation, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Again, he plays for the badge.
I agree. I mean, I would Banks, but again, the one person again was Chat, who again has been dismissed. He was iconic with Shilton. He was outstanding for England.
He's 40, wasn't he?
For so long, he was playing up to 62, wasn't he?
Yeah, but I think in 86 against Maradona, I think he was 39 or 40 in that. I mean, maybe if he'd been 32, he might have punched the ball.
In that, at face height, and feeling cheated.
Have you forgiven him?
Who?
Maradona.
Oh, I thought you meant Shilton for not.
No, but so many people, 10, 20 years later, were going, "Oh, Maradona, best player in the world." I couldn't bring myself to accept it. I still can't bring myself to accept it. Because I remember.
You've just reminded me of something.
I just remember that day.
I was in my dream the other night.
I was.
No, Maradona, Diego Maradona.
I was going to say.
I took a little girl to school and he was the teacher. Really weird.
I was at Simple Minds at Milton Keynes Bowl and Jim Kerr was announcing the scores as they went in. And it was horrible listening to it over a mic.
Well, listen.
Can we just touch the last thing on this? Can we just a quick fire?
Yeah.
Who's managing this team?
Good call, John.
It's got to be an ex manager.
No,
easy.
No,
for
it's
me.
got to be English.
Easy. No, it's got to be
manager.
Okay, so
it can be anyone you want.
Venables.
100% Venables.
Not even a doubt.
So I'm going to go Cloughy.
Right. Well, I'm going to go probably emotionally for Bobby Robson because of the whole era, the 90 position.
Yeah.
If you had to pick
chat from the touchline, the Lineker and the tears and all the rest of it.
Oh no, that was Lineker going. Have a word with him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No, but if you had to pick an England manager that has had the job, Bobby.
Yeah.
I'd go Bobby anyway. I mean, I like Bobby a lot.
That's right down there, Bobby Moore.
Bobby Robson. There's a fantastic England
Bobby Moore would have been so good.
Yeah,
brilliant.
And there's a thing with Bobby Robson. He's on the phone. He's like, we need 10 jam sandwiches and 10 cups of tea, and that's it. And he's in this sort of conference room or whatever. And the way he's sort of managing it from grassroots up, protecting him, and all this sort of it's fascinating what he did. The way he did it was great.
And man management, and it does give you a lump in the throat. But I always remember him saying, before that Germany semi, him saying, "This is my team a day early because we're coming to get you."
Yeah.
like that. You know, but then
And
Venables,
brave
the way he managed Gaza, you know, all that, even like people like Shearer, Sheringham, all that sort of stuff in '96, the way he managed that, and the media, obviously in Hong Kong and all that sort of stuff before the tournament, it was
Superb.
great. You know, absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. He's a legend, isn't he? And wholly missed in the game. And I don't never met anyone that's had a bad word to say about him,
No,
which is always a good sign.
exactly.
Isn't it? It's
But
super
going,
player.
It's a bit like me.
just
Paul.
lastly,
Yeah,
just to
obviously.
touch on that though. So obviously, Cloughie was my shout.
Yeah.
And I like Ryan Clough a lot, but his era, let's say when he finished at Forest, was it, or Leeds, sorry. Where were we in terms of a manager then? Who did, you know what I mean? It was Don Revy, wasn't it? So it's like, you know, where does that?
Yeah.
If he would have been there, what was the pool of talent
as well?
Yeah, so what was the pool of talent, and could we have done any more? Because we was in the Dolphins for a while.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well, let's move on, guys. Let's remove the rear view mirror. Good fun, that one. I'm glad we all agreed. I didn't think we would, but I'm pleased we have. Let's look ahead to the weekend. Massive derby day for you, Jonesy. And before
new keeper.
before I get you into this, two things I just wanted to ask you, Rooney. You've been looking massively in the headlines today. City, I'm a bit confused. So there's been a debate about the sponsorship. This is nothing to do with 115 charges that still remain outstanding, which is odd in itself. I don't know if you've managed to catch up on that one. Where are we at? What are they saying today?
It is complicated. It's full of legal jargon, and I had a quick look, but it's all to do with what they term APTs, associate party transactions, and the accusation from the Premier League to City was, and I'm making this up, if you're Man City and you take a contract for 10 million, Liverpool or United are doing it for 2 million. Therefore, you are fabricating and increasing your internal revenue for something that isn't market competitive. So basically what they've said is they've gone to...
This is Etihad, I assume.
They've gone, no. Anybody who is a close associate. So if it's Etihad as a brand, it can be Sheikh Dudar, who's somewhere in the family line, who runs a trainer company. It can be anything where there is a close relationship.
So let's pick another conglomerate, like say like Asahi.
Yeah.
So Asahi, down, you know, your father, sister's brother has a share in Asahi.
If you find your Japanese brother-in-law's married into the
yes, exactly. There you go.
royal family.
My great uncle was a bit active in Japan during the war, so I might have to worry about.
But I think where it's been left is
my Spanish uncle
Was he?
invented this lovely.
Madri, and that is lovely.
And he was
stuff. Have you tried this in North America?
He was
that Japanese.
I think he was a massive fan of business class as well.
He was. He loved it. Yeah.
I didn't fly anything else.
He didn't fuck. He didn't fuck about.
That was it.
But the other side of it is, and the Premier League have apparently said, if any Premier League clubs want to speak to the Premier League about why they've decided to cease the fight with City on it, they're more than happy to give them the details. So there's been no press statement
That sounds weird in itself.
It is odd. It is odd. Because what you worry about is there's been any kind of leverage around the over in the background 115 and say, I'll tell you what, we stop this now. Can you dilute that? You know, can you not hit us as hard as you do?
They're not intertwined.
In all of this, they're obviously very much in the news today. There's no mention of the 40 points. There's no mention of the charges. Have you heard anything about this actually coming into any kind of resolve or nothing at all?
It's deadly silent. And as you'll remember from last year's podcast, we brought the news.
Well, I've got a feeling we're going to break it 2 years early.
Right, well, maybe. Yeah.
Well, it remains to be seen.
They've said it's going to be this side of Christmas, but
I haven't said it's Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. Which Christmas? Well, listen, the derby day is upon us. Obviously, I imagine the pressure is on Amram. I don't really know why. I said to you, was it the week or the week before? I mean, all of this stuff about Arteta, a lot of stories about Amorim. Now we've got the stuff at Forest, and Pep is beautifully flying under the radar of not being any better than last year, Rooney. So let's get the neutrals view at the minute. Is that a 50-50, or you still fancy City? It's at the Etihad.
There's a lot on it for United, and they've beat them before there, haven't they? And what you might term underperforming United teams have beat them before, but for me, the size of the decline for City and the lustre of invincibility and unbeatable nature is just gone. It's gone for good. I think body language from Pep at times on the touchline amplifies that to a degree. I think
Has he got one
He's
foot
got
out
one
the door?
foot out
Yeah.
the door. He's got one foot out the door.
And that's what we all don't know, but might speculate. I agree that maybe he doesn't want to be there if this sledgehammer does come down the line, and whether it's 40 points, 30
I don't
points,
think he's
20
going to get
points.
fined. He won't push. He'll leave, right?
Well, you would think
Do you
so.
ever see
He's
the headline Man City
You would
fire?
think so, but I mean, to be fair, City fans, they've had to watch, them drop from that big perch of literally every game they go into, and it's sickening as a rival. I'm sure as an Arsenal fan and a Liverpool fan, you watch them week after week, just put teams out. They're going to low block and maybe get beat 2-0, maybe get beat 8-0.
My feeling's not gone, mate. I've just got. They're playing red now.
I think there's a real strong domination for a good, let's call it 3-4 years, whatever it was, on or off by
on and off
Pep
in
and
a
City.
decade, really.
And it was just you'd wipe you off the pitch.
Yeah,
And I think that's gone.
yeah.
What do you?
And I think
Do you fancy chances?
I think what I would say is I think we'll play how we've been playing against, like creating chances but not a lot of goals, let's say, or like scraping.
For anyone that's not watched, you're hammering him.
I'm pro Amorim, yeah, but I think right now, I think what will happen is I think we'll play well, but I think also looking at the auction machine, Erling Haaland, I think the way he's been playing in the international break, he's just got a hat trick and 2 assists in 45 minutes. The guy's on fire.
Two hat tricks. Yeah.
Who did they play? No, I didn't see.
Yeah, no.
No
golfing resort, a skiing resort.
No,
one of any will know. But
double
what's
hat
being is that the guy, I think, can change games like that, and he always will be able to change games like that. And I think that's one of them games where it's the local derby in Manchester, and if he gets the bit between his teeth, United haven't got a chance against that. And we've got a new keeper.
Yeah,
and Anna's gone, thank God.
What do you know anything? I mean, we touched on it last week.
I watched a few bits. I watched his real, his sort of what do you call it?
Showreel.
About he's very much in the sort of frame of David De Gea in the way that way.
Is that good?
Shot stopping, yeah.
Shot stopping, getting down low to left to the right, coming out for a punch. His ball distribution in great, but whose is?
Well, the thing is,
but I think he will be not great this season. But I think again, it's been so bad. We have to take a project on.
Am I right in saying that Onana's mate? Get on that a second. Onana's gone, right? He's gone on loan.
Yeah. So okay. I was reading
traps on squad.
So that's happened, right? So you say, I don't understand this logic where you sit there and go, we had to take a project on when Martinez, albeit a World Cup winning goalkeeper, wanted to go. Surely to God, they should have signed him this season, and maybe signed him too.
Because he doesn't want to play for the badge. That's why.
How do you arrive at that?
Because he's tormented United fans on the pitch.
But that's the nature of the beast.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
He's done it to Arsenal. He's done it. He's a bit of a shithouser, isn't he? Like Vardy.
Yeah, he is a bit of a shit.
Martinez
and all that sort of stuff. But he is, I think, quite a toxic character.
Yeah, but maybe you need a bit of that.
We don't
toxicity.
need. No, we've had so much toxicity.
So they would. So
Sancho.
is that love or
Rashford.
fear? Because it feels like fear of getting someone else in that might.
I think he's trying to build a team of people that he wants to be able to mould. I don't think he's going to be able to mould Martinez, and that's why he didn't get the call. And that's that alone.
Fair enough.
Whereas he took a project on in Lemons, is that how you say it? I can't.
And he's had more typecast shithouses to deal with than any manager would ever get in one career. When you look at the back chat from Garnacho, Rashford, everybody,
Sancho, you name it, Anthony, whoever.
So on that front, on the United City front, can they spoil the party in City, or City going to win?
The question is,
I can't see them winning.
For me, the question is who's spoiling whose party. I mean, right now we're both. I think Pep needs a win, a big win, not just a win, a big win to get himself back on course. I can see it being a draw. Actually, I can see both teams going at each other. I think after Grimsby and the way we've been playing and having a bit of a break, I think Amorim's been pushing last couple of weeks. I honestly do think that he's going to go for the jugular. I hope he does, because if he doesn't and he sits back, there'll be questions on that. But also, if he sits back against Pep's team, even though they're not what they were, Haaland, as I was saying, can still do a lot of damage.
Well, it's live here at the Easy Breeze on Sunday, 4:30 kickoff.
Get yourself a roast.
Get yourself a roast while you're here. Talking of roasts, that brings me nicely onto roasting you. Isak debut against Burnley. You expect him to start?
I don't think he'll start. I think
really.
he'll stick with the same starting lineup. I think he'll have him on the bench.
He's fit, is he?
On. Yeah, well, he's played for Sweden, hasn't he?
Right,
he's come on for Sweden.
That's top football, isn't it? Is he's fit? He's fit to play if he's selected.
If I had to have a bet, and say there is a bet, I would say he'll play 20 minutes.
I think he'll start.
You think he'll start against Burnley?
I think he'll start against Burnley.
Wow.
And also, what I wanted to ask you, did you see the Wirtz goal for Germany?
No.
Free kick.
Yeah.
So
better than Szoboszlai's.
Better than Szoboszlai's.
Yeah.
And also, have a look at it. Also, he was doing this as in to say, quiet down, because everyone's saying, you know, he's out. I'm going to get a game.
I mean, it's been ridiculous that people have given it the big and going, 160 million, that's all he can do. When you step up to the Premier League, it's a different ballgame. Physicality, speed, all of it. Every player has to take time to adjust. He'll have no problem adjusting over time.
The reason I say this, really, with a sort of, try to quieten people down is I don't know how you fit all that talent into a team. Don't forget you've got Salah. This TK he's come off flying, great guns for you as well.
Well, that's why we didn't sign a left winger, because we're in for Rodrigo towards the transfer window in, because Rio had come on, and I think we've got that dispute with Chelsea about what they get paid in compensation and what contract we offer him as a now 17-year-old going forward. That we then got a choice of Rio, Gakpo, and Ekatike, who played in Germany on the left and as a number 9. So he's used to playing out wide left. So there's an option there.
Well, you got Burnley on Saturday, and he's straight into the deep end. He's into Champions League. So he'll be. I think you've got tickets. You've got tickets, didn't you, mate?
Yeah, I'm off to Anfield on Wednesday for Atletico. Yeah, so looking forward to that. Hopefully.
Have you found? I don't even know why I'm asking this question, because I said this to you in the pub and you came up with some ridiculous answer. But what I've seen in the last 2-3 weeks, 4 weeks, and it's the same as last year, is actually with this new format in the Champions League. You'll have to just sit this one out, mate. Have a drink, because United aren't there. Do you need a little cuddle, or you're right?
No, but Magic's good.
Yeah, Magic's good.
Where's that kebab you mentioned?
It's on the new menu, which is launching.
What I was going to say was, there are a lot. Is there an appetite fan-wise for this new system in the Champions League? Because I'm not entirely sure about it.
If I'm honest, pissed off last year that we won it hands down, at the end of the group. Well, saying not the group stage, the league stage, and the reward for that was almost a penalty. You know, in
Yes,
terms of who
because
you
it's
played.
like the Madrids and
Yeah.
even City
Yeah.
played it.
Yeah. I agree, played it. As in, it's almost like they knew the rules before anyone had played the rules. And tell you what,
is that their fault?
Well, no. What I mean is they're wiser.
But it's a hole in the system, isn't it? Because I'm not sure. I think what the teams will think is, so I need to be in the top 8, do I?
Yeah.
So you're going to go when it really comes to it. For example, if Arsenal playing Liverpool United on the Saturday, on the Tuesday, whereas normally you go balls in on the Champions League game, you're going to go. Actually, we don't need to finish top, which is what the psychology was.
Yeah,
as long as I'm told, so listen, let's rest a few players for the Champions League, which devalues,
which is unheard of, really.
Absolutely.
Historically.
And you play them in the Premier League, and then that's what's different. Did those people
I
know?
think what we should have done, having got to the top of the league stage, actually, we should have got a bite at the final. Really, that should have been the reward.
Sure,
of course, yeah.
What I would say,
we should do that.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
I mean, what was wrong with the old system?
I get the dead rubbers of the old system, you know, where you
there's more teams in it now as well. So it's all about the money, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And does it make it more exciting? I think it makes it more difficult to track.
But how do they? Do you understand how they go? Well, Arsenal playing Inter Milan. Blah, blah, blah.
It's
just a draw.
They load all the coefficients into the different ball bags and pull them all out, and there you go.
It is a ball bag. It's about
and there's always been, and I'm sure everybody would say the same. There's always been a suspicion that on these big draws, some of them are a bit warm, some of them are a bit cold. Pull out a cold one, then pull out a warm
Not
one.
that conspiracy is at the front of Rooney's game in any way, shape. We could talk chemtrails for about 5 hours. They were rife.
How long have we got?
They were rife this morning, wasn't they? But the English clubs, Atletico, listen, they're a good side. Defend well. Fancy?
It's gonna be tough.
No,
you
feel not.
I fancy it Wednesday night at Anfield and a big match atmosphere, and it will be. And I think last time there was dinners, which was pre-COVID. It was the dawn of COVID and all the lockouts off the back of the Cheltenham Festival. So they're no mugs. I think they've got a couple of injuries at the minute, but you'd want to think we start to click. We're putting in my opinion, we're putting in at some point the best number 9 in Europe.
Are you playing at home on the weekend?
We're away at Burnley.
So it's
Sunday.
First, I mean, I'm not a Liverpool fan by any means.
I know.
Trust me. Bin dippers, but what I would say is apart from that is
I used to like Jonesy.
You've got the opportunity to bring Isak, whatever, out at Anfield, European game,
and they will do,
and get that that furore, that sort of atmosphere going.
Well,
and if he hits the ground running, then everyone goes, and that's the headline, isn't it?
People said, "Are you paying all that money and might you not click?" Isak is the most rounded number 9 in Europe, possibly world football. He can score from outside the box. He can dribble. He's got close control, and he's a goal poacher. He's got a lot. And Arsenal wanted him so bad. They really did.
So boring. Anyway, Spurs are playing Villarreal. Talking of boring, that will be whatever it will be. Hopefully, Frank will get them through. I guess. Do we have to say that? No idea. We're playing Atletico Bilbao, which, other than the two, or don't seem to be. What are the kids that we always the winger? 2 brothers that play for Atletico. They're the star players. Nico Williams and his brother, but not a bad side, but should come through.
Well, you battered them in the pre-season.
Yeah, should come through.
But I don't know how strong a team.
We played them in semi-final of Europa, and they were terrible.
Yeah.
So it depends where. I think it's a team like that.
It's not the Champions League, is it?
No, it's not.
Europa.
It's tough, isn't it? But I think they turn up at home, not so much away from home. But who knows? But my finishing thing on this. Big Ange, Nottingham Forest, top 4.
Yeah, starting with 3 points against Arsenal on Saturday.
Mildly ridiculous. Well, look, before we go, I just wanted to raise one last point, Rooney, because he is the investigator of all things woke and the government getting against us. So I feel like if you're in a bar, we talk football and various other unacceptable things, but one of the things that pisses me off also is the government and what they're doing. Racing has taken a hit today, Rooney.
Well, racing have joined the long club, so the government's against the working class, the middle class, the farmers, the millionaires, the entrepreneurs, the publicans, the savers, the pensioners, and the private school gang. So they've just added racing to that list. So you've got to ask, who are they not against? And I think we all have an answer there pretty quickly.
Yeah.
If you like hot buffets, etc., and 5 stars. But in essence, what they've potentially done is really risk the health of the British racing industry by suggesting the bookies tax goes from, I think, existing 15% to 21%, which they've done a quick calculation on and said might cost them 66 million a year. And for really what benefit? 66 million is a drop in the ocean to the government.
But they're talking about massive, the result of that within that industry.
Yeah.
Massive
redundancies. Possibly, stables going out of business, etc. Horses no longer, getting owned because of the costs involved, etc.
Well, there could be a knock on to this. The massive thing you see around Aintree and the thing is about horse welfare is because there's some money in the sport. And, I had the privilege of spending a lot of time with 10, 15 years ago, Weathercock House with Jenny Pittman. And I've never seen, when everyone says to me about horse racing and issues in terms of the care of horses, those people need to go to some of these yards because Jenny looked after those horses like royalty, and but there is this risk that you take money out of the game. And I know the government is saying, "Oh, we're not going to tax you on your PAYE, on your income tax, on your." But what they're doing now is these sort of left of field taxes that they're going to bring in, which I don't even see. Like you say, I think your point is brilliant. 66 million.
Yeah,
let's just leave them alone.
That's half a dozen 5-star hotels buffet for 12 months or what have you. I mean, they've cancelled today. I think it was Carlisle, Utox at Lingfield and Kempton as a protest for the first time ever in terms of racing. And if there's a message out there, I've not heard it clearly, but I've heard it online a number of times. It's something like Keir Starmer's a farmer or Keir Starmer's a something. I haven't really caught the audio very clearly, but this country is thinking Keir Starmer is a something for everything he and his government is doing to the general health, wealth and population of every sports industry, every grafter, every entrepreneur, everybody who is doing anything to work an honest book and keep on to it. Because the more you put that tax burden up, the harder it gets and businesses fold. And that's not what anybody does.
I agree with you.
Also from, this is bar chat. We're in a bar. I run the Easy Breeze.
Yeah.
And it gets hard to run these places. And there's a lot of places around these race sites that rely upon people coming to them. So it's a knock-on effect. You start stopping things like, these little places that like, even like local stuff like Carmel.
Yeah.
If you don't put the Carmel races on, a lot of people around there have all lost out. Yeah. And there's a real knock-on effect when they're your red letter days a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. And I think it's the old adage, we all need to stay chipper, stick together, fight this together. But at the minute, I think there's a policy which is not really best suited to everybody making money, staying happy, being successful. And the sooner that tilts, the better.
Yeah, and it is, it's a. We won't harbour on this for too long, but we went to Aintree this year. We went to Cheltenham this year, and one of the complaints at Cheltenham was how expensive a pint of Guinness was. Do you remember? And I can't remember what the numbers was. They did how many hundreds of thousands of pints of Guinness. This is, I mean, race courses are struggling.
Yeah.
There are only so many meets that they can have on an annual basis. And you're in this scenario now. I know this tax is off race course, and will that be their argument?
It's off
They're
bookies.
not
I think it's off bookies, but possibly bookies on race
But
courses
if you're a
yeah.
bookie on the course, this doesn't apply.
Yeah, I think it's remote betting. I think, but it's complicated.
Is it
involved.
is it off? Is it a percentage? This increase in percentage. Is it on winnings or is it on
on bets?
No,
So
you won't change for you as the punter.
Yeah,
This is how I understand it.
I understand.
As I understand it, is the bookie, the off-course, any off-course betting, not on-course betting, off-course betting, he pays 15-16%.
Yeah.
He will then now play 21-22. I'll tell you what we'll do, Rooney.
Yeah.
I'll commit to this. I'll speak to the old man this week. Should we try and get Mike Dillon back on?
That'll be great to get Mike Dillon or John Joe, one of those guys.
Let's get one of the racing, one of the proper racing guys to come on and explain this to this, and we'll do that for the listeners. We got great feedback from Dilly last time. Ex PR director of Ladbrokes, was there for 40 years. Mr. Racing, they call him. Let's get him on. Let's explain how this
this isn't going to go away. This is unprecedented that it's happened.
Yeah.
But
and once you do it once, it opens the gates to where does this end? What's end game here?
Like I said, they've gone after every segment of business and people. So
well, listen, we'll do that. We'll endeavour to go, guys. We'll end this now. From Ange's big move, England's big win.
Yeah.
We've got to stay sort of slightly positive about this. We've talked about our all-time 11. This is probably the only time we've ever agreed with each other. Manchester Derby build-up. We've had a little chat about, and I think it could be
tentative, positive moves.
A draw wouldn't be a bad thing. And the good news is we've got all the Champions League nights coming back. Easy breeze. All the games will be live here. You'll have to get a beer off him. If he's not, well, it won't be a problem because United aren't in it.
Yeah, we're not there.
I mean,
tell you what we do have. This stuff.
And as we've said numerous times on this podcast, we love business class to America.
But if we are in here watching the Manchester Derby or any sporting event, I would.
And all of these comments are fueled by this wonderful liquor of business class trips.
Yeah, that's
wow. It just reminds me
North America.
Being 20, 30,000 feet up, tasting that amber nectar. It's marvellous.
If they've not got Madrid on the menu, though, it's going to be a problem for us.
It will be a problem. In the meantime,
we'll deal with it adequately.
In the meantime, Big Ange is getting deep in the forest. Utmost regard for Manchester United football.
The media haven't covered this.